Hello, guys. Welcome you all to Vedora, the aura of knowledge and the radiance of wisdom. So, moving on with the topic in Sanskrit, Karaka Prakaranam. So, this topic has around a 15 mark of weightage in your paper. It comes both in paper 1 and paper 2, 10 marks in your paper 1 and 5 marks in paper 2. There may be 5 MCQ from this topic and 2 5-mark question. That 5-mark question will be either a translating the sentence or finding the vibakthi and writing the karaka's name or its sutras and the 5 MCQ will be based on the sutra and the vibakthi itself. So let's see this topic in detail today. Yeah, what is karakam? In Vyakarana, so Vyakarana is the Sanskrit grammar. Karakam means that which is connected with the action, the kriya. The role that a noun plays, that is the shabda, in the relation to the verb, the dhatu. Panini gives 6 karakams. What are that? The first one is kartri karakam, the doer. And the karma karakam is the object. Next is the karana karakam, what the doer uses, the instrument needed to achieve the action. Next is sampradana, the recipient who receives the karma. Next is the apadana, the point of separation or the source of origin. Next is the adhikarana, the locus or the place. Yes, seeing each on detail. So today we'll be discussing about all these karakam and how we can use it in interpreting the Ayurvedic shlokas too. So this will be useful for you in exam point of view as well as for your further studies of Samhitas. So Kriya Anvayatvam Karakam. So Karaka is the one which describes the action which is performed. So it is specific connection or the relationship of an action with its participant. So this word karakam has been originated from kru plus invul pratyaya. Okay. So three types of question will be asked as I told. One is discriminating the vibakti, then identifying the karaka and translating the sentence. These are the things of important in this topic. Yes. So this is actually a chart which should be memorized by everyone. Just learn the order of the karakam. Kartri karakam, karma karakam, karana karakam, sampradhanam, apadanam, adhikaranam. So here, this will be in this order. Only the Shashti Vibhakti will not appear. That is the Sambandha will not come. Why? Sambandha and Sambodhana. There are two things enlisted in these Karakam groups. But they are actually not considered as Karakam. Why? Because as the Shashti Vibhakti is actually not the action which is related with the noun. So that's why we do not consider them under the Karakas. Okay. So when you come to Karta, it is always in the Prathama Vibhakti and Karma in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. Karana in the Tritiya Vibhakti, Sampradana in Chaturthi, Apadana in Panchami, Sambandha is Shashti, which is not a Karakam at all. So why? Just remember that it is not a Karaka as the action is not related with the noun in Shashti Vibhakti. Then Adhikarana, Saptami Vibhakti. So if you have a question of identifying the Karaka, you have to first know the Vibhakti. For knowing the Vibhaktis, you have to know the Shabdas. So I will be posting a video in Shabdas too, where I will be providing a trick for it. So if it is very mandatory for you all, do comment in the suggestion box. Okay. Moving on with the first karakam, kartri karakam. So it is very mandatory to know the sutram of everything because the MCQ will be primarily based on the sutras. The second option of the question taker will be on the vibhakti, but the first thing is that the sutras of each karakam is very mandatory to be known for all the students. So Swatantram Karta is the sutra for Kartra Karakam. Here, for taking an example, Ramaha Gachati. Here, Rama is the Kartra Karakam, which is in the Prathama Vibhakti. How did I find that? Ramaha is Prathama Vibhakti. So, I say that it is a Kartra Karakam. Okay. So, coming to the Sutra, Pratipadikam artham lingam parimanam vachanam matre pratamam. So Pratipadaka Artha. The meaning of Pratipadaka is that which is fixed and inherently present. Okay. So here the linga, the gender, parimana, the measurement, and the vachana, which will be ekavachana, dvivachana, or bahuvachana, the numeric words they say. So these things are considered in this sutra. So Panini Sutra Anusara Yaha Swatantra Yena Karma Karoti Sa Karta. So the one who does the karma is the karta. Kartari prayoge karta pratama vibhaktau bhavati yataha Rama patati. So as in Rama patati, the Rama is in pratama vibhakti. So that is the kartari karakam. कर्मणि वा भवति प्रयोगे कर्तरि तृतीयविभक्तौ भवति यतः रामेण पठ्यते. When it is in karmani prayoga, it will be in tritiya vibhakti. Okay, so these are the things to be known. According to Panini Sutra, one who performs an action independently is called the karta. In kartari prayoga, you can say it as active voice. The karta is in the nominative case, the pratama vibhakti. When you say Rama reads, here Rama is the doer. Okay, so Rama is only performing the action. So Rama is the karta. Karmani or bhava prayoga, that time you can consider it as a passive voice or the impersonal voice. Here the kartra is in the instrumental case where it is the tritiya vibhakti. So this is very mandatory to be known for the translation of sentence. So when the sentence is in kartra, that is kartari prayoga, the karta should be in pratama vibhakti, and when you have translated it to karmani prayoga, it should be in tritiya vibhakti. See to it. Next, coming to the karma karakam. So the sutra of karma karakam is ipsi tatamam karma. Okay, sadakatamam karanam. Here the sutra is kartare ipsi tatamam karma. Always the karma karakam is in dvitiya vibhakti. So कर्तरे ईप्सिततमं कर्म इति पाणिनि सूत्रं यस्य क्रियाया विधानं भवन्ति अथवा यत् कर्तुः अत्यन्तम् अपेक्षितं तत्तु कर्म. So the object most desired by the doer is the karma. As studied by Panini Sutra, that which is acted upon by the verb, that is the dhatu, and that which is the most intended by the doer is called karma karakam. Coming to Kartari Prayoga, active voice, the karma is in the accusative case, that is the Dvitiya Vibhakti. When you say Rama kills Ravana, here, so the karma is Ravana. Karmani Prayoga, karma takes the nominative case. Here, Ravana is the most desired object of the act, so of killing, so it is the karma. Yes? So moving on with the third karakam, Karana Karakam. So Karana Karakam Sutra is Sadakatamam Karanam. So here the instrument or by the means by which the action is accomplished is Karanam. So the most effective mean or the instrument is the Karanam. Sadakatamam is the word. It will be always in Tritiya Vibhakti, the instrumental case. If you take an example like Dandena Tadayati means he strikes with a stick. Here Dandena is actually in Tritiya Vibhakti, so that is the Karana, the instrument used for striking. Okay. So the trick for this, how will you identify Karana Karakam? So just ask a question, by which or by what you do that. Okay. So that will give you the answer as Tritiya Vibhakti. Next is Sampradana Karakam. So the Sutra of Sampradana Karaka is Karmana Yam Abhipraitihi Sa Sampradhanam. So this is also Panini Sutram. So here the person or the thing for whom or to whom something is given or intended is called the Sampradana Karakam. Coming to the Vibhakti, it is always in Chaturthi Vibhakti, that is in dative case. Gurave Pustakam Dadati means the teacher gives the book. Here, where from whom is the question. Okay. And for whom? So that is Gurave. We are giving the book to the teacher. So the teacher is the Sampradana here, the one who receives. Yes, highlight the word receives. Next is Apadana, the source point. That is Apadana Karakam. Dhruvam apaye apadanam. So from where something is being separated, that is called apadanam. For example, vrikshat patram patati. So a leaf falls from the tree. Here, the vrikshat is the apadana karakam. As from the tree, the leaf is separated. So the tree is the apadana karakam. From where? That gives you the answer for this karakam. So these tricks will be helpful for you in identifying the karakam exactly. Yes, next is the adhikaranam, the place where it is present. Adharo adhikaranam is the sutra. It will be in Shaptami Vibakti. No Shashti Vibakti is there. Just remember it. Shaptami is Adhikarana Karakam. The locative case. Grahe Vasati. He lives in the house. So where he lives? In the house. So house is the Adhikarana Karakam here. So how will we apply this in the Ayurvedic text? This is an overview and I will give you some examples also for that. So that is actually more mandatory for us, even though we have to clear the first exam of a university. But then knowing the application of Karakam in your textbook is very mandatory. In each shlokas, how will you just simplify it in understanding? Okay. So when you see a word like Karanam or Karanam in Ayurveda, they often carry the technical sense depending on context. For example, if you take Karanam, it will be something like an instrument or some means what we use it for. Example in case of Chikitsa, medicine, Dravya and Upakaranas are the Karanam. When we go for Karanam, generally means the cause, but grammatically can also be tied to Apadanam, that is the source, Karanam, that is Hetu also. Not always counted in six Karakas, but used in Ayurveda frequently. Coming to an example of Karanam, dosha is the Karanam of disease. Yes, so I hope you understood the difference between Karanam and Karanam. Coming to the context. Kartrakarakam. So taking an example of a medical field generally. A Vaidya is the Karta here. Okay. Or sometimes nature itself is a Karta. When you come to Karma, the patient's disease is Karma. Yes, the object of treatment. Karanam, the medicine, the instruments, the diagnostic tools, and the mantras we use. That is the Karanam. Coming to Sampradana, who receive it? The patient. Apadana is the source from which the disease has arisen, like dosha, nidana. Okay, it may be agantuja cause also. Coming to Adhikarana Karaka, how you will say where it is residing, the body, Sharira, where treatment or disease occurs. So this is a simple example. Now next we'll move on to the shlokas. So this is a shloka from chapter 1, Charaka Samhita. Shastram Jyotihi Prakasharte Darshanam Buddhir Atmanah Tabhyam Bishak Suryuktabhyam Chikitsanna Aparadayati. So here the Karta is Bishak. Yes, Tabhyam. Who is the Karta here? Bishak. Who is doing the treatment? Karma is what? Chikitsannam. Okay, the act of treatment. Karana is what? The Shastram, Jyoti, and Prakashatam. Buddhi, all these things are the instruments. Yes, coming to the Adhikaranam, where it is residing. Atma is the residence of all these things. So, like this, you can identify the Karakas. Next, for the second example, Hetavah sarvaroganam doshah sarve sharirinam tesham samyak vasta tu swastyam rogastat yata. So here this sloka is from the 11th chapter, again from Charaka Sutrasthana. The karta here is the dosha. What it is doing? It is creating the roga, an impact on the roga. So that is the object. What is the karana for this? The hetus. Okay. The adhikarana of this is the sharira. Where it is happening is sharira. So like this, you can just ask a small questions and identify the karakam. Moving on to the third example, this is from Shishruta Samhita. Trayo upastambha ahara nidra brahmacharyani iti. So here the karta is ahara, nidra and brahmacharya. What are they doing the karma? They are the upastamba. They are doing the supporting karmas of the body. Karana is what? The same three. Again, these three are only used for things. So in some cases it may be karana and kartra also. So you can note this here. Adhikarana is the sharira, where it is happening in the sharira. Yes. So yes guys, that's it for today's video. Kindly do subscribe the video, be a part of the journey, like the video if you are getting benefited, and comment for other videos also which you need for. Thank you.